Hey guys, Chris here, and today I'm going to be doing another review, of course. I mean, that's the whole premise of my channel. But, today I'm going to be reviewing the new Blink-182 album, called 9. It dropped just about 5 days ago, September 20th. And they've been releasing singles for this thing for a while. I think the first one they released was Blame It On My Youth, I think, and that was way back in like, geez, maybe like April or so, maybe May. And they released about one every month, and then after that came, I think it was either Dark Side or Happy Days. Those two are they're in that order, or they're in one of those orders, I should say, because it was either Happy Days or Dark Side that was released first. I want to say it was Happy Days, and that was a little bit earlier into the summer, like June. And then Dark Side was like late June or early July, maybe. And then the last single to be released was, no, sorry, it was Generational Divide. That was like August. And then they released the last single, I Really Wish I Hated You. That was like early September, I want to say. And I was kind of annoyed at first because I thought that was like basically half the album. Because I think just these days, like, nobody really, I mean, I very much do, but I don't know if it's just kind of like an attention kind of thing. But I don't really know if people like full-scale albums anymore. So what I've seen is like most albums these days are like 10 to 12 songs. But this has 15, which I love. So I originally thought they were releasing like half the album basically, and that was kind of annoying to me. But that's not the case at all, because there's way more songs. Now, let's actually... So, the design of this is you have the Blink-182 logo, kind of neon. Or it literally shows little wires leading up to it. In the background kind of looks like some painted, like, kind of rainbow thing. And that goes on the backside too, with the track listings that are also in neon with those little wires leading up to them. Inside, disc looks very cool with that kind of pattern on black. I think it looks really cool. Yeah, album's called 9. I think I already said that though. Pretty, well, I was gonna say standard lyrics packet, but there aren't lyrics in it. It just kind of shows who wrote what. Which is fine, because, I mean, you can understand the lyrics. It's not like, you know, you can hear each one. They don't mumble or anything. My only complaint about the physical aspect of this album is that the CD is put on way too slippery. Like, watch, I can just hold it like this, and it'll just kind of fall out. And that kind of happens, like, at any angle. So, like, I'll just be opening it up from the side, and it'll just fall out. Kind of annoying, but I guess that's the price I pay for physical music. But in terms of the actual album, it's wonderful. I know I say that about basically every album I review, but a lot of people really don't like new Blink-182, and it's like, yeah, Tom left or whatever, and he's probably not coming back, but this is a very good album. Like, I think actually a lot of people, you see a lot of people that are like, oh, we don't talk about new Blink or whatever, and I think that's really stupid. And I saw a comment on a YouTube video, I think it was, or no, not a YouTube video, but like, you know how YouTube nowadays is the thing where you can just post a picture or whatever? Like, on the day this was released, they posted a picture. It was like 9 is out now or whatever. And there was someone, it was like one of the top comments, and it was like, yeah, you know, everyone is saying how they hate new Blink or whatever, but those are just kind of the louder opinions, and actually a lot of people really like this album. So they were just kind of saying, like, that even though it seems like a lot of people don't like it, more people like it than you might think. And that's very true, because each one of these songs is wonderful. So the first song is called The First Time. It kind of reminds me of Feeling This. Just to the just in the way of drumming style and just the refrain and everything. That leads into Happy Days, you know, the first or second single, I think. That leads to Heaven, a song, you know, kind of like the title is kind of like the opposite of what the song's actually about. You know, it's like Heaven Doesn't Want Me Anymore. Dark Side, very good song. It's a single that actually didn't get old for me. Because, I mean, some of them did. Blame It On My Youth kind of got, you know, kind of stale. But, Dark Side is very good. And then that leads into Blame It On My Youth, which I already talked about. And, you know, actually, when they first released this single, I was like, oh, great, this is going to be another album about, like, reflections of youth or whatever. But it actually wasn't. It was just this song. And that's, I think, what a lot of people, I mean, at least for me, if you're, like, in your 40s or whatever, and really the only thing you can do is reflect on your youth, it doesn't really make that good of an album. Like, I loved California, but I just think it was way too, like, youth reflecty, kind of. But, again, I loved that album, but that was just kind of my, you know, complaint about it. Anyway, Blame It On My Youth leads into Generational Divide, a 49-second song that has that classic punk spirit, which leads to Runaway. That kind of sounds like new Blink-182. You know, it's kind of reminds me of California. That leads to Black Rain. You know, one of those, like, melancholy, you know, looking back on some, like, relationship kind of song. And that leads to I Really Wish I Hated You. That's a very good song. Very good theme that is really applicable, because there are just some times where I'm like, holy shit, I just wish I just want to hate this person, you know, but I don't, somehow, because my mind just keeps going back, you know. But very applicable song. Pin the Grenade, that is my favorite song on the album. It's really energetic. It's got that classic pop punk energy that you know, you haven't seen since, like, I don't know, All Time Low. That's actually kind of what it reminds me of. It reminds me of All Time Low, like stuff from their what's that one album? Nothing Personal, I think the album was called. Yeah, that's the one that had their 2009 one. But Pin the Grenade is an excellent song. Like I said, it's my favorite on this album. No Heart to Speak Of. It's just, I don't know. It's nice, but it's not, you know, super memorable. Ransom actually is very interesting. It's similar to Generational Divide, or at least in the latter half, because it starts off as like a nice kind of slow song telling a story about, you know, a boy and a girl, but then it goes into very quick, you know, punk style. After that, On Some Emo Shit. That's an excellent name of a song, and a really good song itself. Like, I feel like if I were in a band, I mean, that's just basically how I talk. Like, I'll be like, oh yeah, I've just been on some emo shit lately. And like, this was before I saw this song. Like, that's basically the way I talk. Hungover You is a really well-written song. You know, it combines the aspects of, like, alcohol, you know, the kind of hangover thing, but, you know, having your head hung over someone. So it's a really nice combination of the two. Remember to Forget Me is a nice, nice finishing track, because it has that same, it's interesting though, because it's got that emo kind of tone to it, but, it also kind of is carried by a beat that's, like, very subtly, like, nodding to hip hop kind of, or rap or whatever. It's got that, you know, those kind of clicky noises, but it's not a rap song. It's just very subtle. Yeah. Oh yeah, On Some Emo Shit. Talking more about that song. It kind of reminds me of, like, Stuff by the Starting Line. The refrain especially, because it's like, the last time that I saw her, she was on the corner of a good time in a long time, and that just kind of reminds me of Starting Line. I reviewed that album actually a couple weeks ago, I think, which you should check out, by the way. It's very low on views. But yeah, overall, this is a very good album. And, you know, contrary to what people think, new Blink-182 is pretty good. And what would I give it, though? I'd give it a solid 8.5. 8.5 because there was just a couple of the songs on there that, I mean, the album needed it, but it just, you know, I don't really remember them too well. And of course, no album is perfect, but this one is very good. And it was worth the wait. It was definitely worth the wait, because California was released in 2016, and this, you know, so it's, you know, it's been a while since they've released one, but it was definitely worth the wait. I mean, granted, I didn't really get into Blink-182 until like 2017, but this is a great album. Check it out. Holy fuck, this video is at 11 minutes. Yeah, check it out on Spotify, buy a CD like I did, do whatever. It's a wonderful album. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.